folks, how's it going? Gabriel here. So this video is going to be a little bit off topic since mostly I am posting travel videos on my channel here. But as you'll see in a second, then it actually relates quite directly to the traveling experience. And it is about the new security system that Hotmail has set up in order to try to prevent fraud, people breaking into people's accounts and misusing them. I think it's actually maybe a year or two old, but I ran into a problem with it a couple of months ago. So I'm going to explain what happened to me and how this is problematic potentially for me in the future, and also how there is a way better solution for this that Hotmail could be implementing, in my opinion at least, and I don't understand why they aren't going this better way. So what happened was, a couple of months ago, then I was up in Portland, Oregon, and I just booked I think that it was a train ticket that I needed to print out. I didn't have a printer at my house or where I was staying at the time from my laptop, and so I went to the local FedEx store and tried to log into my Hotmail account so that I could print out this piece of paper for my train ticket, and I could not get into my account. They were saying that I needed a code in order to access my account because of suspicious activity from logging into an unfamiliar place. But the problem is that the way to get the code was to access another Hotmail account. So they set up this system where there's a sort of default alternative way to get this code that then supposedly enables you to log into your account. But they didn't ask people ahead of time. They simply defaulted to some other information that you might have entered in the past. And as I discovered from some other people searching around online for this problem, there are people that have had their Hotmail accounts for as much as like 20 years. One guy said since like 1990, or he'd had his account for, I don't know, 10 or 15 years. And the email address that they gave him that he needed to access in order to get this code to log in was an account from 20 years ago that he no longer had at all, was completely defunct, and so he was completely stuck. And so this is the first problem with this system, is that they didn't prompt you ahead of time and say, we're doing this new security system, please enter in a current phone number or email address or whatever, which will then be the way that you can get your code and be able to access your account if we suspect suspicious activity. So they say, go to my other email account to get this code, but it's another Hotmail account. So I go there and try to do it, and I run into the same problem. They want me to go somewhere else. And somehow I eventually managed to figure out how to get into that other account. I think it might have actually been that they had my phone number, and so I got the text message with the code. And so then I go back to my other primary Hotmail account, and I try to enter in the code, and I actually could not enter it in. The little blue button that you were supposed to click after entering in the code was not coming up as being able to select it and click in order to enter it in. So there's some problem there as well. So there are like multiple problems with this system that they have. And I'm concerned now that I'm going to run into this issue again because I am traveling to Colombia and elsewhere in South America next week. And although I have my laptop here, and fortunately they recognize my computer, and so whenever I'm logging into Hotmail on that computer there, then it's fine, it's not an issue, which will be the case most of the time. But if I run into another situation where I need to print something out, book a flight or whatever, which is almost certainly going to happen, then I'm going to run into the same problem. Now I have updated the information on my email account there for my current phone number, and so then I can just get the text message and be able to log in. The problem is that I am planning on pausing my phone service while I'm gone in order to save on money, and so that phone number is not going to be valid, and so I'm going to have a real conundrum here. So here is the obvious solution, in my opinion, that Hotmail should be implementing on how to deal with this problem, which is something that many other types of accounts use, which is to create multiple different options for people to be able to answer a security question, get a code, whatever, in order to be able to access their account. Not just one thing, not one thing that they selected that might no longer be valid, but in the process of implementing this new security system, then what they should have done is, at that time, everyone who goes to access their Hotmail account gets a prompt that says, we are doing this new security system, it's for your own safety and security. And so here are a variety of options for you to choose so that we can give you a variety of options when it comes to that time. So they could have 5 different things that you can do in order to access your account in the case that they are suspicious about where you're logging into. So they could have the email option and specify that it's a non-Hotmail email address so that you don't run into the same problem over there. So an email address that isn't Hotmail, the text message option on your phone, and then have several security questions. The typical, what is your mother's maiden name? What was the name of your first pet? What city were you born in? What is your favorite food or whatever? Have several of those different questions for you to answer, because some of these things change. Sometimes you just forget, what it is, what the answer is. And so it's really messed up, even though I understand it's a free service and everything, but still it's just really ridiculous that they've chosen this way to deal with things with just one answer. And if you don't happen to have your phone on you, if you don't know what the password is for that old email address or whatever, then you're out of luck and you can't access your email. Some of the people said that it took 6 to 7 days before they were eventually able to get back into their email address. And that can be an extreme inconvenience, especially if you're going on a flight and you need to get that thing printed out or whatever. So there we go. I hope that Hotmail gets this message and makes a change. Thanks for watching, and feel free to subscribe to my channel here to follow my upcoming travels to Colombia, Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, I think, all depending, and maybe some other places. So I'm kind of a perpetual traveler, and so lots of interesting stuff being posted on this channel regularly. Take care. Aloha.